Hey everybody, it's me, Mickey Giacomini, your marketing mentor for this challenge. I'm so excited to be back with you again today for day 2 of our DIY on a dime. I know, I always say that. I'm so excited, I'm so excited. You know what? I am excited. I am very passionate about teaching others and helping others to do their own marketing. It made a whole difference in everything for me when I flipped from doing everything for clients to teaching them how to do these easy techniques that save them so much money. That's why I'm the budget queen of marketing, okay? The budget queen of marketing. I would much rather see you save your hard-earned money when it comes to your marketing and still get the exposure you need than to be throwing it away when it could be used for so many other wonderful aspects of promoting your business. So, I am excited, and I'm excited for you because you're taking a step forward in making sure that your business is getting the exposure it needs. And without the exposure, nobody knows you exist, right? So we want to make sure that everybody knows that you exist. So that's why it's so important to have that. And I often use marketing interchangeably with the word promotion. Promotion, promotion, promotion. You hear about that in real estate, location, location, location. Well, in the marketing, public relations world and all that, it's promotion, promotion, promotion. We've got to make sure people know that you exist. And that's what we're doing this challenge for. We're getting you started so that you can do a lot of this yourself. Okay, so how did your homework go yesterday? Were you able to stop and really think about your target audience? I know some people in the past have said, well, Mickey, on that challenge, all you had us do was target audience. And, I already kind of knew who that was. And then I started asking them a few more questions, some probing questions like, okay, well, when you actually took a moment and reflected on who those people are, what did you discover? And a lot of times I find that that deer in the headlights sort of look because they didn't really do it and they're not taking it seriously. But I know you are, okay? And it is serious. I am here to tell you that this is the #1 stepping stone. This is the first step towards getting the exposure you need for your business. You've got to know who your target audience is. So you may have thought that yesterday's action step was not a big one, but you know what? It is huge for your success. You've got to know, you have to know who it is that's going to be buying your product or using your service, or who would want your book or would want you to come speak for them, or whatever the case may be for you, right? You've got to know who those people are. And the best way is to sit down, take a moment and just write it out. Figure out what are the genders, what are the age ranges, what are the financials, like the yearly incomes of these people, where are their geographical areas, those sorts of things. There's more to it, but those will get you started on finding that out. Now, in my beginner course, I help my students not only understand that even more so, but we also talk about things called sleeper niches and other people that may also be there that they may not have known about. So, and we use analytics, and I go over analytics in the beginner course to help them understand more about how analytics can drive their marketing dollars and their time. So target audience is huge. All right, it's really important. So I hope you took it very seriously. I know you did. All right, today is all about online marketing. Think digital marketing. So some people call it digital marketing, some people just call it online marketing. Whatever the case may be, it's online, all right? And online is so important. Having a virtual presence is critical in this day and age. You just can't get around it. But the beautiful thing about it is, for the most part, it's very low to no cost to get your exposure out there, to make sure to establish your presence online so that people know who you are, okay? You can do most of your marketing for pretty much free if you really wanted to. Yeah, it's true. And I go over a lot of that in the beginner course. I show everybody all these different tips and tricks and so forth. But for right now, I want you to get started by making sure that you have a couple of platforms that I recommend always to my beginners. So for all of my clients and the students that take my classes, I recommend that they always have, at bare minimum, Facebook and LinkedIn. Now, this is really important, okay? And I'm going to talk a little bit more about it in just a moment, but when we're talking about Facebook and LinkedIn in particular, you need to have a business page for Facebook, or sometimes people call it a fan page, okay? So I always refer to it as a business page. And also, I recommend for many of my clients, depending on what they do, that their LinkedIn is constructed in such a way that it really lends itself well to whatever their business is, okay? LinkedIn is a really great networking platform that is actually starting to see even more takeoff lately, more recently. So I really, really, really recommend that you have at least these two platforms going, no matter what. All right. I know some of you are like, but what about all these other ones that you could just spew out right now? You know what? In my beginner class, actually, our very first class, we go over all of those, all the big ones, and we determine which ones are the ones that are right for you, because you don't want to waste a bunch of time. And it is very time consuming doing all your posting and getting all your advertising and all that out there. So we want to make sure that you drill down and figure out which platforms are right for you. And I can say that 99% of the time, actually, I don't think I've ever had 1% of the time where Facebook was not good for any of my clients. No, 100% of the time. So you could prove me wrong. But Facebook, it tends to be the right fit for everybody. And that's because it's broad-based. It has the widest span of users, and that's why. So we get more into that in the beginner class. So here's what I want you to do today. I want you to make sure you invite. You need to be inviting all your friends and your followers, and you need to be active on your Facebook page, okay? That's really important. I challenge you for the next, I don't know, forever, but starting today, to invite 20 people to follow your Facebook page, okay? And if you're on Insta or one of those others, you can go ahead and do it on that for now, okay? I mean, forever, really, but start with that. You want to grow your followers. But before you do this, take a moment, and I want you to write down how many followers you have today. Write it down on a piece of paper, maybe a sticky note, pop it up on your calendar or a bulletin board, or stick it on your computer, whatever you want to do, somewhere visible, okay? And then look at it every week and see how you've grown from this day forward by doing just simply this, inviting 20 new followers every day to come in and join your page, okay? It's really rewarding to see that number grow. It's exciting too. Okay. So that is what we're doing today. Okay, we're beefing up your social media pages. So for every page, I'm just going to throw it out there for all of those. If you have Insta and Facebook and LinkedIn and more, I'm sure, for each one of those today, I want you to invite 20 people to be followers of that page. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on that. Then I want you to go to your LinkedIn. And if you don't have LinkedIn, get LinkedIn today, okay? Set up yourself a profile. If for nothing else, so that it's there, that if somebody wants to check you out a little bit further, they can go to LinkedIn, because people do this all the time. I know. And they can look at it, and it will have more information about you and your business. So it just lends itself to credibility, okay? It helps to lend to your credibility by having that LinkedIn profile page. I know it may sound silly to some of you, but it really is a simple way to help build your credibility and your presence online. Okay, so make sure you get those 20 new followers invited today. I know it's so simple, but it's so important, or I wouldn't have it in the challenge. So starting today, those 20 on each platform that you got, okay? And the LinkedIn page. All right, let's go ahead and chat a little bit more about, I've mentioned a few times that I do have a beginner DIY class coming up, and I only teach this a few times a year. So really important that you know that if you decide to do this, I am running a really great special right now. It's incredible. And it's only offered for the April 2020 class right now. Usually this class is $597, and and it's 5 weeks. I am doing it for $99 for the whole 5 weeks. I know, I'm crazy, but you know, it's my part of giving back to the community. So I just want to help people that are feeling so lost right now and not sure which way is up. I can be that virtual hand holding your hand through this whole process and help you to see that there's so much that you can take control of, and you can get that exposure going for your business. All right. And some of the things that I do, just like I kind of mentioned earlier, first class alone, I will walk you through how to build your Facebook business page if you don't know how to do that. And I'm asking you to do some stuff in the challenge right now, and you're like, okay, that's great, but I don't know how to do that. Okay, well, I walk you through that in the beginner class. And I also go over more tips and tricks on finding followers so that you can build up your presence. And, you know, this is what I was just mentioning a few minutes ago, is that we really take a deep dive into looking at the different platforms to make sure you're not wasting time. Okay, we want to make sure you're driving your marketing dollars and time wisely. So we make sure that we look at which platforms are right for you. Okay? So with that, if you have any questions while you're going through the challenges, or you want to know more about the beginning class and so forth, contact me at thedragonflyranch.com. All right, so good luck on today's challenge, and I will see you tomorrow.